Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's talk about what's really going on with Bitcoin right now. You know what I'm talking about. We had that range where we weren't really making any progress. We weren't getting any real movement up, no real confirmation of bullish momentum. Then came that failed breakout, and we just floated there for a while. What, about a week? Maybe a little over that? Then suddenly out of nowhere, boom, we pumped hard. And you know what? I think we're heading into a similar setup again. The content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Always do your own research, DR, and consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and can result in significant financial loss. You are solely responsible for your investment decisions. The content in this video is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Always do your own research, DR, and consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. The cryptocurrency market is highly volatile and can result in significant financial loss. You are solely responsible for your investment decisions. I've got my eyes peeled on Bitcoin at the moment because it tends to lead the charge. It's like the orchestra conductor for the entire crypto market. If Bitcoin moves, everything else, especially altcoins, follows suit. Now remember when we had that breakout back then? The market was quiet, people were unsure, and suddenly it ripped. Within a month, Bitcoin climbed 30%. That's massive. And right on cue, altcoins started exploding too. The domino effect was clear. Now if you zoom out to another key point on the chart, right here, you can see we had multiple failed breakouts again. They kept getting rejected. Bang, 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 over and over. It was frustrating. Then finally we had a clean breakout, a retest, another breakout, and then the real pump. From that breakout point to the top, we got a 61% increase in just 41 days. Let that sink in. These pump phases tend to be intense, but short, usually around a month long. Then what happened? We hit resistance, lost momentum, and just chopped down slowly. Very typical of post-pump behavior. But look closely. Every time we dumped, we found support and pumped again. From those lower levels, we had secondary rallies. Now here's where it gets interesting. I'm watching this new trend line that's forming. How long will it hold? Nobody can say for sure, but I'm watching like a hawk. You could draw it from the wick, or better yet, draw it from that down wick, because that gives you a more accurate perspective on where the real support might be forming. Here's my personal take. I think we're going to dip down into that range again, but before that, we're likely going to get one of those fake-out pumps to get everyone excited. You know the routine. Pump a little, get the Twitter bulls hyped, trap some longs, and then dump back down. It's emotional warfare. I expect a lower high, then consolidation, and eventually, boom, real breakout territory. I think the next real top for Bitcoin could be somewhere around 168K. I know, bold claim, but it's in the charts. And when Bitcoin hits those levels, altcoins are going to go nuts. That's when the real money gets made. But patience is key. Now let's switch gears and talk about ZBCN, because this is where things get spicy. And if you follow me on X, formerly Twitter, you saw I posted a warning. I said this was forming a head and shoulders pattern, a potential nuke for ZBCN. I go by Crypto Brothers on X, by the way. And yeah, some people didn't like that post. It is what it is. People don't like bearish takes even when they're accurate. The truth is, bearish videos don't get clicks, they don't bring in new subscribers, and they definitely don't go viral. But I care more about being real with my community than chasing views. For those who are looking for an entry into ZBCN, this correction might actually be a blessing. Let me explain. You can clearly see that head and shoulders double top I talked about. It was classic. I even posted proof. Look, the way this plays out is you expect a fake breakout, then rejection at the trend line. If that happens, I'll probably short it again. You have to be nimble. And here's what you have to understand. Exchanges are watching too. They know where people have their short positions set, so they intentionally push fake liquidity. They create fake breakouts to trap retail. That's what happened to me. That quick wick up was them. They got me. It was a solid setup, and if it had worked, it would have been a 2,000% gain for me, but they sniped it. So what are we watching now? We want to see a true breakout above the trend line followed by a retest and confirmation of strength. If we get that, I'll flip bullish, but until then, I'm cautious. More likely, we'll see some fake pumps, some shakeouts, then a true breakdown. If we break down, look for a bearish retest and then a slow bleed down to support. Now let's talk support zones. And if you go to the daily chart, you'll see my main support area is in the low 3,000s. Why there? Because we had multiple retests of the top in that region. That's the structure that's most likely to act as a safety net. From the top to that zone, that's a 53% drop, not uncommon in crypto. Could it go lower? Sure, altcoins can easily drop 60-70%. But I think if we get to the 3,000s, that's when I'll start dollar cost averaging, DCA. Even if we drop a bit below that, it might just be a liquidation wick. Don't let that shake you out. There's another support level between 2,000 and 3,000, that purple zone I've highlighted. If we get there, the dip won't last long. That's heavy support. A lot of people are going to be eyeing that zone as the ultimate entry. Let's talk price targets. If ZBCN bounces from the 3,000s, I see it going to around 1.2 cents by year end. If it drops lower and finds support in the 2,000s, the bounce could be even stronger. Maybe 1 cent flat. Either way, those are your upside targets. Now, let's play devil's advocate. Worst case scenario, some kind of black swan event hits the market. Maybe a new virus like COVID, or a massive global event like war or financial collapse. Something totally unpredictable. If that happens, all bets are off. We could nuke even lower, but personally, I don't see that happening. Still, I always give both the bullish and bearish cases because crypto is wild. The key levels to watch are support in the low 3,000s, deeper support in the low 2,000s. If it drops below 2,000, that's a 70% decline, the deepest ZBCN has ever gone, and I'd be scooping up bags like crazy at that level. Let's not forget, this coin isn't even listed on Tier 1 exchanges yet. No Coinbase, no Binance, and still the strength is unreal. In my 7 years in crypto, ZBCN is one of the strongest coins I've seen in terms of raw performance without major exchange listings. From the bottom in April to the peak, we saw 900% gains. Even if you didn't buy the exact bottom and got in late, say mid-rally, you still could have made 400% or even 200%. That's the power of a strong community and strong fundamentals. If we drop to the 3,000s and bounce, I think we're heading to 1.52 cents next, and that would be massive. Even more so if you're accumulating in the dip zone. Let me know in the comments, are you holding ZBCN? Are you new to it? Some of you have said you've been diamond handing since last year, and if so, props to you. This coin has a very sticky narrative and a loyal fan base. It's starting to get mainstream traction. Honestly, I believe ZBCN is stronger than XCN right now. Look at XCN. It had the hype, it had the buzz, but it fizzled out. People aren't talking about XCN anymore. It's been bleeding for months, and a lot of people have told me they sold their XCN for ZBCN. And it makes sense. Look at the charts. XCN is still in free fall. It might hit my purple box zone and that might be a decent buy, but the momentum just isn't there. If it does a double bottom, that might be the signal. But I'm not confident it gets that far. It kind of reminds me of that last breakdown it had. Just a slow, inevitable decline. Nothing exciting. Meanwhile, ZBCN is giving us volatility, giving us entries, giving us potential. Let's check the CoinMarketCap stats real quick. ZBCN's market cap is sitting around $370 million, and volume is at 70 million. So yeah, volume has dropped a bit, but that's normal during consolidation. You don't get constant moonshots. That said, the volume is still healthy enough to support a breakout if Bitcoin leads the charge. So here's the final recap. Watch Bitcoin for confirmation. ZBCN likely dips to 3,000s, possibly into 2,000s. Best case targets, 1.2 to 2 cents by year end. Worst case, 60-70% dip followed by recovery. Long term, still very bullish if you're patient and smart with your entries. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing and what I'm seeing in the charts. Crypto is unpredictable, and narratives change fast. But one thing remains true. In chaos, there's always opportunity. That's it for today's breakdown. Smash that like button if you found value in this, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more alpha. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.